Check out our new sponsors, The Games Cube. It's a great family-run local game store boasting Australia's biggest selection of MTG singles. Use the coupon code The Eternal Gathering to get 5% off store-wide. Check their site out in the link below. G'day everyone, welcome to The Eternal Gathering. The Gathering here with another gameplay series. This time we're doing Modern, and I've got Junior here with me.
How you going?
And we're going to be playing Dredgevine, which I'll be piloting, against Agadeem's Death Shadow, which is a Grixis shell, which Junior will be piloting.
Love a bit of Death Shadow.
And so we're going to get some modern games in today. Best of 3. We're shuffled up. I'm going to roll to see who goes first. Highest roll. We'll go first. That's 8.
11.
And 5. Alright, so I'll be going first. Alright. Drawing 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Apologies
6,
for the
7.
same colour slips as well.
Yes. I will keep this one.
I'm going to mull. Pretty easy decision. I don't want to give away too much of what's in my deck, but a couple of irrelevant things early game and a lot of lands.
The deck text should be in description below as well if you want to check those out. Don't believe there's been any changes to the decks since those deck texts came out.
I wonder, do you think people look at the deck text before watching the video, or do they just watch the video and think, oh, that's a good deck, I'll look at the deck text?
Probably a bit of both. I would say probably look at if I was doing it, probably look at the gameplay first, then look at the deck tech.
Decide whether or not you like the deck?
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. But also some people, I guess, would like to kind of look at the deck tech first and kind of get a feel of what it's in that deck. So they might have heard it. They might have said, oh, Dredge, what's this Dredge deck? I'll look it up. And then they'll look at what cards are in there and go, oh, yeah, okay. And then they might want to see afterwards how that deck plays out.
Yeah.
Don't know. Each their own, I guess.
So this is a pretty risky keep, but I'm mulling to 6, so I don't want to go to 5. I think it could work, but it depends on the next 3 or 4 cards in my deck.
Okay. Well,
I'm going first. No, I'm going second.
First. Yeah.
So no, I'm on the draw.
Yeah.
I've got this. So the top 3 cards. I'm interested.
Let's get started, and I'll play a Stomping Ground tapped for my first turn and pass there.
All right. I will draw. Not bad. Not bad. Play Bloodstained Mire.
Okay.
I'll play Mishras.
Mm-hmm.
I'll crack it and target myself.
Okay.
I'll crack.
Yep.
Take 1.
Go 19.
And I need... I should have looked at that beforehand. No Watery Grave.
Untapped.
Untapped.
Down to 17.
Shuffle that shit card away. Am I allowed to say that word on the Eternal Gathering, or?
Well, we're a family-friendly channel, unless it's 9 PM wherever you are.
Alright. Watch after 9. And then I'll cycle a Street Rat.
So another 2 life.
Another 2 life.
Go to 15.
I'll draw. Okay. Now, I think we'll Thoughtseize as well.
Alright. So,
What a turn!
so I'll show you my hand. I think I know what you're going to take. So you go down to 13?
I do. It's going to be Cathartic.
Cathartic Reunion, yeah.
Definitely.
Alright.
That's a pretty good hand. Pass.
Untapping, drawing.
Quick sit.
And then I'll play Blackcleave Cliffs, and guess what I just drew? Cathartic Reunion. So discarding 2 cards, I'll discard Dredgevine and Stickweed. Alright, so I'm going to just put my graveyard a little bit differently. The cards that are relevant in the bottom and the cards that are not relevant at the top there. And I'm going to dredge 5 first for the first roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, cards are relevant. We'll go to that soon. Then I will dredge 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, are you kidding?
And then I will draw for the last card. So I'm going to have 2 Creeping Chills on a stack. So they'll play out. So I'll do 6 damage to you altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll gain 6 going into 26. And that will be my turn.
Alright. Well, I really hope that this next card's a land, which it's not.
Did you draw for the bubble?
No.
Draw for the bubble as well from last time.
Ooh, land.
Okay.
Alright.
It's always good to kind of like keep something on top of your deck if you have triggers.
Yeah, like a little trinket or something.
Yeah. Just a little tip for anyone watching.
So, you're probably gonna... I'll crack this.
Go to 6.
And go to 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it safe. Grab a swamp.
Interesting. Keeping it safe.
Play a Death Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Resolves.
Resolves.
Okay. I'll play a Death Shadow.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
So Death Shadows are going to be 7 sevens.
Yep.
That is fine. I will draw a card. And then I will tap to flashback this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to your face, which means you're dead.
Yep.
So 6 damage straight to him, discarding all the cards in my hand, which was 6. Which were 2 Dredgevines actually in my hand as well.
That was a dumb play by me.
It was a dumb play, but you had no other real shot, really.
Well, I had Stubborn in my hand.
You had Stubborn.
Dumb play.
It was a dumb play.
I forgot that you had Conflagrate in your hand.
In my graveyard.
In your graveyard, sorry, yeah.
Yes. Alright, we'll go to game 2. There you go. Shows that you can make mistakes and they can cost you. I'll bring in Abrupt Decays and Assassin's Trophies, basically to kill all his creatures. Taking out 1 Conflagrate, 1 Cathartic Reunion, 1 Creeping Chill, and I think 1 Life from the Lion might be another good option. And then bring these in. What do you bring in, Junior?
I'm going to bring in 2 Anger of the Gods, pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
3 damage, and they exile your creatures.
Yep.
And then Surgical, again, pretty self-explanatory.
Get rid of all my Dredge kind of creatures. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And also, obviously, you can pay Phyrexian mana for it as well, so it's a bit of a double barrel shotgun there.
Nice.
But I don't know what to get rid of. So I think I'm going to take out, shockingly enough, 3 Agadeems. I do have 1 more, but yeah, keep it in there for the namesake. I think this will be a quick game, as we just saw, even though I made a bit of a boo-boo. And I'm looking for the other one. Can't find it. I know there's 2, but I want to keep the full art one. So I get rid of the Royal Silence.
You need 1 more, I think. 5.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're both gone then.
Both Royal Silence are gone. Yep. Seems okay.
I just think, yeah. This is a pretty good utility card and stuff, but I mean, these are just so much more powerful in stopping what you're doing.
Yeah. Now, question for you, I guess, is a lot of decks now play Lurrus as the companion.
Mm-hmm.
I have decided against Lurrus because I liked to play the Royal Silence in the main.
Yep.
And usually I like having Lurrus if you're going to play Lurrus in the main board anyways, because I feel like if you have it on as a companion, people already know that that's something that you can play, and it takes you that whole turn to kind of usually put it in your hand anyways, and people can kind of play around that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have it in your deck, you can play it straight away. They won't know it. It's coming down, and then you can get the advantage of it straight away. What are your thoughts on Lurrus?
Yeah, I'm much the same as you, to be honest. I don't like Lurrus as a card if it's your companion, because it gives your opponent so much more information before you've even started the game, and the fact that they can play around that. The whole game, you're obviously trying to gather as much information as possible, and if you're playing it as your companion, then people already know that you've got a small, low to the ground deck, and also, it just gives too much information away for me, and I don't think the payoff's that great. People can work around it, like you said, and I've never really been a fan of it. I got one in my rare binders folder, and I want to sell it. I don't really like it.
I've just realised you won't be able to see probably that graveyard that first game, so sorry about that, but we'll put the graveyard on this side for game 2 and 3 if we get to there.
You didn't miss much. There was a conflagrate that I missed, and it was game over. So,
all right, you're going to go first?
Yep, definitely. That sucks as well because I had a pretty good opening hand. I'll keep this.
I will also keep this.
Cool. So, I will put a delta, and I'll crack.
Crack and fetch.
Crack and fetch.
Shock, sorry.
Yep. 17. For Blood Crypt.
Okay.
I'll cycle.
Go to 15.
Go to 15. Not bad, not bad. And I'll play a Thoughtseize.
Okay. Show 2 instant innates, a Stinkweed, a Golgari Thug, and a Creeping Shook, and then 2 lands that you can't hit.
Well, it's pretty shit.
Instant innate?
Yep.
Alright.
So down to 13.
Yes. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Draw. I will take 3 and play instant innate and pass my turn to you.
Nice and quick. Good draw. I'll shock. Go down to 11.
Mm-hmm.
I will Thoughtseize you.
Yeah.
Probably get rid of the other.
So 2 Creeping Chills.
Oh, you drew a Creeping Chill.
I did. And a Stinkweed.
Wait, where's the other one? Oh wait.
Yeah, I just played it.
Yeah.
So you get rid of the Creeping Chill?
Yeah.
So does that make you down to
11?
11? No,
Oh,
9.
no,
Is
sorry.
it 9?
9.
You're down to 9. Okay.
And then the balls.
Okay.
You go.
I'm tapping. Draw. Okay, now I'll play the Carrion Feeder.
Mm-hmm.
And I will pass my turn there.
Untap. Draw.
Show here is a 4/4. 9 life to 17. Junior knows my hand. Gripping Chill, Golgari Thug, Stinkweed, Imp.
I'll just play that.
2 more. Go 7. Okay.
And
okay, so that's going to be a 6. I'll block with the instant there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my blocks.
You got it.
Alright, so before damage, I will dredge Stinkweed Imp by discarding it to instant innate and sacrificing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then dredging 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
so I've
that was
got
terrible.
a Golgari Thug in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Alright. Damage.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing happens.
I think I'll just play it a little safe.
Okay, so it's 3-3.
So 3-3.
Alright.
You'll go.
My turn, I'm going to dredge 4.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll take 1 and I'll play it. Go to 16.
Cool.
Your turn.
So my Death Shadow at the moment is a
6/6.
Draw. See, and this is why I got rid of them. I'll attack with both.
Okay. I will block the Death Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright. For damage, I'll sack it to the Carrot Feeder.
Cool.
When he dies, put a creature from my graveyard on top of my library. I'll put Golgari Thug on top.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
And then I'll take 4, going down to 12.
Yep.
Now it's an 8/8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, dredging 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bit of sideboard there.
Take 1 again. Good 11. I'll take it for 2.
Take 2. I will snap in, Snapcaster Mage and block.
Okay. So we're both done?
Yep.
Alright.
Interesting.
Your turn.
Okie dokie. Draw. We'll go Big Dick. Actually, hold on a sec. I'll play a land.
Pay
Take.
3.
Yep.
Alright, so go down to 4. Interesting. Yeah.
And then I'll attack.
Alright, I've got Death Shadow.
Yep. And Battle Rage.
You've got it. Alright, game 2, done and dusted. Gonna go 3.
What a draw. I do like this deck, Grixis Death Shadow. I built it a couple years ago. I really liked it even before Scourge of the Skyclaves. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for it because it's a bit of thinking, it's aggressive. My deck's a little different, a couple more draw cards in there. But yeah, I've always had a soft spot. I forget what I was saying now after all that.
You gonna sauce off with the deck because
Yeah.
you like it.
Oh,
You really
there you go. I got a soft spot for it, but there was something to it. Can't remember now.
It can
Oh,
be
that's
explosive.
right. No, I got it. Yeah, definitely can be explosive. But I find after playing it for a couple of years, I mean, I realised that obviously a lot sooner, but you're a lot of the time just waiting for Team of Battle Rage, to top deck it, which can be dangerous. Because if you don't, then you lose a lot of the time. But you can still, yeah, you're still explosive. I mean, Death Shadow was what, a 9/9 then at the end.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
This deck can also be explosive. Hopefully, we get that in this third game.
I'll keep.
So will I.
Bit of a risky one for sure, but I like it.
Alright, no repeat that. I'll take one. Play a Stitcher Supplier. Which makes it a mill 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Pass my turn.
Do you have Life of the Loam in your deck?
Yes, I do.
Draw. We will start with Blood Crypt.
Go to 18.
Take 2. I'll Street Wraith.
16.
And draw. What a draw! Love it. Thoughts is? Just drew that.
Got Stinkweed, Bloodghast, Instantly Innate, Stitcher Supplier, and a Forest.
I think we'll go your Neonate. So I'm on 14. And I will pass.
Untap, draw. Oh. I'll take one. And I'll search for play tapped. Now I will take another one. So go to 17. Play another Stitcher Supplier. 1, 2, 3.
Unlucky.
Lucky and unlucky. And I'll pass my turn there.
Okay. I'll play Swamp. Return. I'm going to leave it there.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Let's have draw. Oh, I'll play Stick Meeting.
Yeah,
I'll go to combat and I'll take you for 2.
cool.
Go
Go
down
down
to
to
12.
12.
I'll take 1, I go to 16. Land. Your turn.
Don't really have much happening here. I'll pass.
Okay. Drawing. I'll attack you for 3.
I'll take that.
Alright, go down to 9.
Yep.
I'm going to pass my turn there.
I'll draw. Play and fetch. Yeah. Is there an island in here?
You can't get an
Oh no,
island.
I can't get an island. I get a water grave and I'll just tap. Shock, sorry.
So
That's
6.
7.
6. From 9 to 8 to 6. Interesting. What a grave, eh? Yeah, a couple of players that didn't do much there. I'm just sure what you have. And also go for the blue source.
I'll pass.
Interesting. Drawing. Play that taps. I'll take 1. I'll play Bloodcast. Go to 15. So it has haste. So you have 10 or less left. And go to combat. Attack for 5.
Attack for 5. I'll flash in snap. Now. Think just Bloodcast, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Taking 3.
Taking 3.
Going down to 3. Passing my turn.
No, I won't take this either. I'll bolt it.
You bolt it. Okay. So go down to 4.
Yep.
Alright. It's down to 4. Alright.
My go?
Your turn.
Alright. I'll play bubble. I'll crack. Look at top of yours. Okay. And pass.
On top.
So on your upkeep, I'll surgical your
Sneaky.
Yep.
Okay. Show my hand. Dredgevine, cathartic gradient. Next card was Aerial Feeder. 1, 2, 3. I believe there is a 4th. Maybe not. There's a 3. Only 3. Right.
It's actually a good play because you had carrion feeder at the top. So obviously you sack those, mill 6.
Yeah.
Chance of you getting some good dredge is pretty high.
Alright.
We can even draw and then use your cathartic gradient.
So time for draw?
Yep.
Draw. Okay. Well, let's just play the Dredgevine. Go to 14. Go to combat.
You got it.
6 damage. Did you have that lightning bolt earlier?
Yeah.
You could have lightning bolt and then you could have snapped Lightning Bolt. That other turn you just play Snap.
Mm.
Probably would have been a better play.
But I do want you to get the cards off of that. That was my only worry.
Mm.
Because you hadn't really milled anything of good use.
I
And I didn't want to give you, obviously, 3 deeper into your deck to find something.
That's true. Did you just draw into that surgical a couple of turns ago? Or?
Surgical, Stubborn, Teamer, Street Wraith, Land Bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and something else. I drew Thought Seeds off that. Maybe another Denial.
Right.
Possibly. That might have been my opening hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Hmm.
So a couple of misplays in the first game
Yes.
cost you the match, but overall, what are your thoughts on the deck? My deck didn't have the explosive starts that it can. A bit more slower, but got there in the end. And like you said, there's a lot of things that you don't want to do as the opponent because you can start my engine going. So killing those Stitcher suppliers definitely would have got things started for me. And that's why it's not too bad, because if we start drawing into cards, obviously I didn't have these in my opening hand, so drawing into cards would let me draw into these removals that could have been good later in the game if I needed it. Because otherwise if I keep dredging is away, then they're gone for the whole game. So I don't mind drawing too much, especially in game 2 and 3, because I know my sideboards are in there somewhere, so I can draw into them. And also there's graveyard hate and removal, usually in game 2 or 3 from the opponent. So drawing isn't too bad, and playing a bit slower and more cautious is also something to do. Unless you really feel like you can go off really early and win the game and guess risk it. If they have nothing in their hand to stop that, then you can win. But yeah, definitely it was a bit slower this time around, but it ended up working. What are your thoughts on your deck?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I always liked Grixis Death Shadow, but it proved exactly what I said earlier, that so I obviously had Team of Battle Rage at the start, but didn't draw a creature. So yeah, that was obviously the issue. I had good cards to play around with. Unfortunately, didn't get to use Stubborn Denial on anything. But yeah, didn't draw anything that was a threat. Got my life down pretty quickly. Even took a couple turns off and stopped draining my life because I obviously didn't have Death Shadow or Scourge. And didn't pay off in the end because I didn't draw the 8 cards that I needed to win.
Yeah, that can be the issue that deck. If you don't draw into your threat, then obviously you got nothing going. Or if they remove the threat, that's why the Agadeem's in there to kind of get them back.
Yeah. That's why I don't personally play Agadeems in mine. I play Thought Scours and stuff. Obviously, you can, bin something that you don't want, that might be on someone's top deck. And then you can also do the same to yourself and play around with it. But then, if you dive into your deck a little more, you can hopefully draw more cards throughout the game and get what you're after.
The sideboard has a Colligan's Command, which is used when you have a deck that you're running against that has a bit more removal. So you can bring the Colligan's Command in to bring back creatures from the graveyard that your opponent has removed. So that's, I guess, a sideboard option you have there as well. But in this matchup, I don't really deal damage to your creatures unless they're using Conflagrate. But as you saw in game 1, I did it straight to your face because that was obviously the most effective move that turn. But usually you don't, with this deck, try and kill their creatures. You're just trying to fill your board, flood it, and attack through with the overwhelming amount of creatures. And also they come back from the graveyard each turn, so it's just constant waves coming at you. All right. Any final thoughts, or we're all good?
Happy? No. It was a
Right.
good game. I think it showcased the 2 decks that we had. You didn't fire off as probably much as you would have liked to. I know your deck's pretty explosive. At least I got to do what I wanted to do.
That's right.
In game 2.
In game
so
2, you did get through.
Bit of a showcase there.
All right. Well, guys, like, share, subscribe, all those beautiful things. And as always, everything on the stack has resolved. And good games, everyone.